Good evening, dear student. My name is George Odero. I'll be taking you through this unit. Actually, it's a topic, not a unit. Topic called video conferencing tools. First, I'll start with telling you my name. I'm George Odero. You can see my email there, georgeodero@ztech.ac.ke. Without wasting time, we are talking about video conference tools. That's the topic that we are discussing about. Dear students, I think most of you have come across this word of video conference tools. You have to know that this topic, you can derive the name or you can translate it just the way it sounds. All of us knows what video is, and then conferencing comes from conference. Therefore, that means that these are tools that you can use to share or conduct a meeting with the aid of charts or videos. There are so many types of video conference tools, but before we check on them, let's see at the introduction. At the introduction part, I will tell you there that video conferencing tools are simply equipments that allow users in different locations to hold face-to-face meetings without moving from one area to the other. Dear students, in this unit, or in this topic, as we come by the end, you have to explain various types of video conference tools. Then second, you have to examine, you should be in a position to examine advantages and disadvantages of video conferencing tools. Then finally, by the end of this topic, you should be able to create and conduct various meetings using these video conferencing tools. As I said earlier, there are so many types of video conferencing tools, but in this topic, we'll only discuss 5, which are Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Big Blue Button, and Cisco WebEx meetings. I'll start with Google Meet. In this scenario, we'll be discussing advantages and disadvantages of each of the video conferencing tools. So let's start with the first one. There we have Google Meet. As you all know that Google Meet, you can access it through your phone. You just go to your email there under the search field, under the engine key. If you just place Google Meet, you'll see it there. It's automatically in Android phones. Google Meet has several advantages and various disadvantages as well. To begin with the pros of Google Meet. Google Meet allows screen sharing. While conducting a meeting, you can share the content that you are talking about, or you can display your video on the screen so that your participants or learners can be able to see who is the host, who is this person addressing us. Another advantage is that Google Meet encourages collaboration. As you all know that chatting, Google Meet have got various features such as chatting. You can chat in Google Meet, exchanging your views or opinions. The third advantage is that Google Meet encourages cultural exchange. Let's say an example. We are in a meeting that consists of different people from different backgrounds or tribes. You can know the person, or you can become a friend with the person in a meeting through Google Meet by the aid of chatting. Thus, while interacting with various people in the meeting, you'll come to realize that you do change some common things like culture, way of life, or doing things. Then Google Meet is more secure sometimes, since it has got an email of individual. Therefore, another person cannot access it without a password. Then another advantage is that it is easy to monitor or assess while using Google Meet. Since while conducting a meeting, you can just decide to tell your students or the people that are within the meeting to put on their cameras. So you can watch them, whatever they are doing. The last advantage is that through Google Meet, you can train yourself without being trained by other trainee, since all the guides are there. Then disadvantages of Google Meet, that is cons, is that Google Meet displays a limited number of participants. So let's say that we are meeting like 70 people. Google Meet cannot show all the 70 people that are within the meeting. Therefore, some participants will be invisible, though they are within the meeting. Then another disadvantage is that there are so many or several screen sharing restrictions, such that you get that in a given situation, you cannot share the screen and at the same time you share the video, especially when using mobile phones. It is very difficult. Then another disadvantage is that users from outside domain are disallowed. Otherwise, this can be both disadvantage and advantage, since various meeting or various discussion within that meeting are enclosed. That's all about Google Meet. Let's talk about the second conferencing tool, that is Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams is usually established for various organizations. The first advantage of Microsoft Teams is that it allows remote working. What I mean by remote working is that you can work from any place. You don't need to travel from one point to the other, since it's just you just require to connect your gadgets or devices, then have got internet. Then you just sit at your home or at your house, just attending the work that you are supposed to attend only. Thus, that remote working brings us to the second advantage, that one, it minimizes the cost that you could use to maybe travel from this place to the other for working. The third advantage is that there is enhanced communication in Microsoft Teams. Since people come together, they work together, they share various opinions together. They share their knowledge concerning what is going on. Then Microsoft Teams promotes mobile access. Therefore, the fourth advantage is that it enhances mobile access, since you can just join the meeting through calling. Yeah. Then since Microsoft Teams allows the remote working, or you can work within any place, it is flexible in that scenario. Let's look at the disadvantages of Microsoft Teams. And the first of all is that it is high resource consumption. What I mean is that Microsoft Teams require very and big and enough space, that is memory or CPU, for storage of whatever is going on, since most of companies do record their meetings. The second disadvantage is that Microsoft Teams highly depends on strong internet in order to produce high quality of video, display, or audio. Therefore, if your internet connection is low or weak, your video quality will be low as well. The third disadvantage is that there is notification overload. Since some of messages may delay while discussing various things in the meeting, you might get that there are so many messages that are overlapping while conducting a meeting, therefore which may cause various or may cause the distraction and confusion, dear students. Dear students, the third video conferencing tool that we'll talk about is Zoom. I know some of you have conducted various meetings, maybe church meetings, family meetings, so many. Most people like using Zoom since it's readily available. You can download the app without any difficulty. Let's look at the advantages of Zoom. The first advantage is that Zoom saves time and cost. Just as I have said, it can be accessed through mobile phones. Just buy some few bundles, then you can download the app and access the meeting without any challenge. Then Zoom is more secure. Since for one to join the meeting, he or she should be in a position to have got a meeting ID or a meeting password. Therefore, it does not allow unauthorized access. Another advantage is that Zoom allows enhanced visual communication. For example, now I'm presenting for you this topic using Zoom. You can see me, you can listen to what I'm saying. Therefore, that is a very good advantage of Zoom. Another advantage is that Zoom enables recording. Various teachers or various individuals conducting meetings do carry out recordings of what they have discussed so as to enable one person to access whatever was going through in a given meeting. Therefore, that's another advantage of Zoom. The last advantage of Zoom is that it is integrated with productivity tools. Zoom have got various tools such as those visual features that we've talked about. Therefore, one can be able to record, to share the screen. Those are tools that are found within the Zoom. Let's look at disadvantages or cons of using Zoom as one of the video conferencing tool. Zoom is not suitable for meetings that require practical platform usage, since various tools such as editing tools sometimes may be so difficult to find within various gadgets or devices like phones. Another disadvantage is that sometimes Zoom is always less secure. This is through a tactic called Zoom bombing, that people may hack the meeting passwords and access the Zoom without authority. Sometimes there is a very big problem with screen sharing limitations when using Zoom, and that is the third disadvantage of using Zoom. Dear students, let's look at the fourth type of video conferencing tools, and that is Big Blue Button. What you have to know about this type of conferencing tool is that it is majorly designed for education purposes. And therefore, in that scenario, it is in most cases integrated with the learning management systems such as Moodles, which encourages learning across the globe or across the world. Let's begin with the advantages of Big Blue Button. The first advantage is that it allows screen sharing. You can share your content or whatever you want to display for your students or learners using Big Blue Button. The second advantage is that it has got multi-user whiteboard. What do I mean by this? Big Blue Button has got several whiteboards that you can use to perform a practical or do some drawings, or if you want to illustrate maybe how human being look like, you can just draw from that whiteboard, since there are some pens for drawing in the board. The third advantage is that it is easy to conduct group polling using Big Blue Button. When you're taking your meeting, you can decide to design a group polling, then post a question there. Let's see how many are for A or how many are for B. The fourth advantage, which I have already talked about, is that Big Blue Button is designed specifically for education purposes. In this scenario, you will find that most of institutions like using Big Blue Button when conducting online classes, since it has got very good features which are integrated in relation to education. Another advantage is that Big Blue Button is easy to use. Once you have the app, you only need to share the screen or open you unmute to talk or share the slides you have. Therefore, it is very easy to use as compared to other types of video conferencing tools. As I said earlier, that this type of conferencing tool is designed for education, and therefore is integrated with learning management system. Thus bring the last advantage that it has got LMS integration. LMS in full is learning management systems. Therefore, you can obtain some of the module within the Big Blue Button and use them to search whatever you want to obtain or to study. You can decide to study personally or individually, or you can decide to study as a group. That one will depend to you. Then this type of conferencing tool we are discussing about, that is the Big Blue Button. It has got disadvantages as well, and that's the cons. The first disadvantage or first con is that video may fail to work when using some devices. Video may fail to work when using some devices. Just as I said, you can obtain this app in various Android phones, but the phone may not support some recordings or some videos. Therefore, video or displaying video may be a very big problem. Another disadvantage is that Big Blue Button, it may not be supported by other devices, as browser may not be able to load appropriately. So you need to know that for you to browse or log in through browsers, you have to have got smart devices or smart Androids that can enable you to do so. That's all about Big Blue Button. And we'll be talking about Cisco WebEx meetings. Sorry. Just as other types of video conferencing tools, Cisco WebEx meetings also has got various advantages and disadvantages. The thing that you have to know is that all these video conferencing tools are used for meetings. They tend to be the same, but what is different is the features that are in different types of these video conferencing tools. Take note of that. Dear student, the first advantage of these Cisco WebEx meetings is that it has got features within it that tries to manage noise from the background. Therefore, the first advantage is that it has got noise removal features. This allows the meeting to run smoothly without any distractions. The second advantage is that there is enhanced pitch. Since tools that are within Cisco WebEx meetings are more advanced, they tend to produce very good quality speech. Even if you carry out recording, you'll come to realize that the speech from Cisco WebEx meetings may be different from other types of conferencing tools when compared together. The third advantage is that this type of video conferencing tool encourages screen share as well, just as other types of video conferencing tools. So the third advantage is that it enables immersive share. You can share a slide, you can share a photo, you can share whatever you want to show your learner. Like, for example, now I'm sharing slides. If I decided to use Cisco WebEx meetings, you could be just in a position to see what I'm trying to share or to talk about. Another advantage or pros of Cisco WebEx meetings is that it is very easy or simple to manage. As the host, you can control your meeting by muting the distractors. So Cisco WebEx meeting is very simple to use, very simple. Since it is very simple to use, you can manage everything. Therefore, it is also simple to manage. The next advantage is that it is flexible. You can conduct or join meeting any place you are, so long as you have your devices, you have your internet connection, you can just join the meeting without any difficulty. Then the last advantage that enables host control. Just as I say that it is simple to manage, as a host, you can mute the distractors within the meeting. So as the host, you can be able to control any given activity that is taking place. Let's go to disadvantages of Cisco WebEx meetings. The first disadvantage is that It's a very poor mobile access. Since the mobiles tend to be slow in browsing, Cisco WebEx meeting may not be conducted easily using mobile phones. Therefore, while conducting or attending a given meeting, you have to put in mind that mobile phones might sometimes embarrass you. Therefore, students, you are required to have at least a smart device. You can decide to have your laptop as well with you. Then the second disadvantage is that there is delayed customer support when using Cisco WebEx meetings. What do I mean by delayed customer support? Since it's just as the first disadvantage suggests that it is poor mobile access. Maybe let's say that you want to join a meeting, but you cannot join immediately you open the app. You'll end up wasting a lot of time when the meeting is going on. So maybe you will miss some content that are being discussed. Therefore, the second disadvantage is that it is a delayed customer support conferencing tool. The third disadvantage, dear students, is that when you have very number of users that are within the meeting of Cisco WebEx meeting, the meeting might be slow, or the host might be unable to control some of the activities that are taking place. Therefore, Cisco WebEx meeting supports or should support at least few individuals, but not a large number. Another disadvantage is that setting Cisco WebEx meeting is too complex. Yes, you can have the app within yourself, but you might face challenges when you want to conduct meeting. Why? It is because you don't know features where they are. So you have, before conducting a meeting, you have to know whatever is going through within the settings. Then, dear students, that's all about the types of conferencing tools. In that case, I'll move to the next subtopic, which is comparison of these video conferencing tools. Dear students, you have to know that how to compare these video conferencing tools actually depends on the viewpoint of a given individual based on her experience on various conferencing tools. The reason why I'm saying so is that these tools conduct similar functions or perform similar functions. Therefore, it is upon you to select which tool you want to use. Why do you want to use it? This comparison may be based on features which are supported by different conferencing tools. For example, let's talk about Big Blue Button, which allows screen sharing at sometimes, and some various types of video conferencing tools may have screen sharing, yes, but they like the whiteboard. Therefore, it might be so very difficult. The fact is that both have got screen sharing, but with different features. Sorry. So what you have to know is that comparing these tools depends on individual experience on how he or she used a given type of conferencing tools and a given device that she or he used. Since, let's say, for example, you can use a phone to join a meeting of Zoom. Then you can use a laptop to join the same meeting of Zoom. There will be so great different. Let's say you are the host. In a phone, maybe you'll not be able. In a phone, maybe you'll not be able to share the screen correctly. But when using laptop, you can share without any difficulties. Yeah, that's all about the comparison. So what I would say that comparison of these conferencing tools, you should consider your viewpoint on how you use a given conferencing tools, since they vary with time. Dear students, I have got some screenshots here for you of various conferencing tools that I capture. I'll prepare for this unit or topic. You can see there, the first one is for Big Blue Button. You can see my video, my pic there, my picture. You can see the slides. Yes, you can see my name there. You can see public chat, yes. You can see shared notes. Those are all advantages that are within Big Blue Button that we'll talk about. Figure 2, you can see there is Zoom. You can see the slides. You can see some participants there. You can see the charts. You can see how you can share a video there. Yeah. Then the last one is Google Meet that is available at your smartphones or phones. And that is the end of our presentation for today's class. Thank you.